Hey, Gary here with you. Now, GroovePages has moved to GroovePages 2.0. They made this update around August 14th, 2022. I've made videos covering the things that I saw, and the reason I'm making this video is to show you the way that I use GroovePages as one of the tools that I use to build my online business. To build an online business using affiliate marketing, to build a profitable online business, doing affiliate marketing with a certain set of tools, following a certain strategy. Here is GroovePages. This is what it looks like right now when you log into GroovePages. Of course, there's a link in the description. You can get a Groove account, and inside of that, you have access to GroovePages. The first thing is they changed this search site. So if you want to search for a site that you've created, you can simply type in here, for example, test, and it shows some test pages. Or if I was looking for one of my sales pages, I could look up one of the products that I have here based upon that keyword. But the majority of the way, or the majority of the time that I use GroovePages is by creating landing pages, and specifically landing pages that are bonus pages. And I've showed this here on the channel, but this site right here is one of my bonus sites, or one of the sites that I've created specifically for 30-minute marketing. And in this case, anything that I promote under this brand of 30-minute marketing, I create a bonus page and I put it in this site. Now here, you have the ability to clone this. So what I'm going to do is real quick is I'm going to go into edit because I don't want to clone the entire site. I only want to clone one of the pages and I want to move it into a new site so I can demo some of the changes and the interface itself. Again, like I've showed you here on the channel, but I really want to show you what it looks like based upon the way that I use the tool, because I do use GroovePages specifically. Since I backed the project in May 2019, I exclusively use this as my page builder. I build the pages specifically for these bonus pages. When I'm using my strategy, the top strategy that I use to create this profitable online business, starting with the traffic that I create here on YouTube, what I do is I create a new site. And I create that site again based around the thing that I'm doing, in this case a bonus site. So pages, landing pages that are bonus pages in this site, and I group them all together. Now this is one of the major updates right here in Groove 2.0. As you can see now, you have the ability to select templates. You have single sites. So if you click on single sites, and I've showed this here on the page, specifically building this bonus page, I use this single site right here. But a cool thing here is complete sites now shows you a complete website. So you can see here, this one has 5 pages. And you can sort of see this little, looks like a stack of pages. If you click on this, it's going to show you the main page, the home page, the About Us page, the portfolio page, a services page, and a contact us page. At that point, you can click import the full template. Now there is something cool that I'm going to show you here in a few minutes. When you actually create the site and you get in the site, once you get inside the site, you can add these templates and you can add just specific pages inside of the site that you're building. Whereas here, the only option you have is to import the full template. Here later in the video, I'm going to show you how cool this is. You can just select the page out of these templates versus the entire site. So we'll go ahead and cancel that and we'll go back and create a new site, because you also have funnels. Now funnels are basically websites. But in this case, funnels in the world of GroovePages or Groove Funnels, or the page builder or funnel builder that GroovePages is this concept of having a bunch of pages in a funnel, but no navigation. And you'll see this here in the video when I show you this inside of the site. Websites have navigation, About Us, Contact Us, those are the pages, and that'll typically have a nav bar at the top. So again, click on this and you can see that these pages are upsell pages, download pages, and thank you pages. Again, no navigation, because you want someone to progress through the funnel or the sales funnel that you create for them. Once they make a purchase, then they are offered an upsell or a downsell, and they progress up the ladder in the funnel. Again, these options to import these pages, I'll show you when I get into the site, when I build it. But for now, we'll go ahead and we'll cancel that and we'll create a new site. And what I'll do is I'll just grab a single page site here, and I'll go ahead and just grab this freelance copywriting site and just go ahead and import the template, and we'll go ahead and we will just call this demo. and we will start building. Now what that will do is that will launch the builder in the background and open up that site. And when that site opens up, you will have your page or your first page in your site. And this is where we dive into GroovePages 2.0 and the changes. First, it starts with the navigation bar here on the left-hand side. You click here, it pops out, and it has this overlay for the different elements. And the different elements, the All Elements section allows you to scroll through all the elements that are here on the left side, so you have quick access to them. Or you can click on buttons. They have design buttons, standard buttons, countdown timers, where you can drill in and you can see these are the elements that they've designed for you that you can just drag and drop and then customize. Devices, e-commerce, forms, Groove apps, layout, list, media, navigation bars. Again, this goes back to the idea of building a website versus a funnel. A funnel or landing pages typically aren't going to have a nav bar because you want them to take the action of buying the product or signing up for the service or getting the people that land on your landing pages, the traffic, over to your offer, and then get those people onto an email list. They have something here called tabs, text, and then other. I use this code embed quite a bit for buy buttons specifically from a platform or a marketplace like Warrior Plus. So again, you have your elements here. And at this point, what you're doing is this looks like it's in the way, but they've done this where you click it and then it goes away. And they've added this little pink bar that you can see there. So when you can find a place to drop it, it will then allow you to drop it. It does come back, which right now for me is kind of annoying because it adds an extra click. So you either have to click the X or you click the bar. And then what you have is you have the ability to start editing this container. And then they've added this little cog wheel here, which is the settings, which are the settings for the element. That used to be over here under settings or configuration. Now they have the styles where you have the ability to style the text, the background, and all these other things if that pertains to the element. So for example, text and background don't mean anything to an empty container. So what you have to do is you have to select another element. And in this case, what you'd be looking for is you'd be looking for text. So you can either scroll down here and find text, or you can click down here and find text. And in that case, you would drop over. And again, you can see that pink bar. You drag it in there, you release it, and then you have to close this, and then you can see the heading. Now you can see the text has the ability to resize or to change the color by clicking this bar right here and changing these colors, and go ahead and change those colors. Did that take effect? Looks like it did in a weird sort of way here. Oh, that's because it's a weird color that I selected there. We'll go ahead and we'll select something that'll really stand out, which is a red. It was like a light brown, so it didn't really contrast well. It looked like I wasn't doing anything from me looking at the screen. And that's part of design. And that's one of the things that I wanted to cover here is the design elements or the design aspects of designing a web page versus typically what I'm doing as an affiliate marketer, taking a template and just making that template do what I need it to do. For example, as my bonus page. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we will exit out of this. So we'll go ahead and save and exit out of that demo site. But the point here is we've created the site. Now, once we've created the site, what we can do is we can go back into a site we've created. For example, the bonus page that I've created here that I started using here on 30-Minute Marketing. So you have this bonus page, and I really like this bonus page and the way that it presents the information that is necessary to get my point across of the fact that this is my bonus for this product, and go ahead and click this button to start for free. The idea here now is I can go in here, and what I can do once I found a page that I like, for example, this page with a video on it that I would use from an email list. So from an email list to this bonus page or landing page, I would want to use this and embed the video to really explain more of what's going on here. And what I'll do here is I can clone this page. Duplicate here in this instance means to duplicate it instantly here on this site. It means it just makes a copy of it. Clone, on the other hand, it takes this, clones it to a site, to a different site, and in this case, I'll select the site, and that site will be the demo site, and then I'll add it to the primary navigation. That just means that it is at the top level or the root level of the site. Here I can clone that page, or I can clone and open the site, and we'll go ahead and clone and open the site. and that will simply launch a new tab, and it will open up that site with that first page. Of course, the page here being the index or the first page in the site, and then the second page is that one that I just cloned, and you can see that that clone works really well, and then you have the ability to start editing. Now, here's one of the things that I wanted to show you that I was talking about at the beginning of the video was once you're in the site, what you can do here is you can click this plus button, and now you have single pages. And if you cancel that, if you go under websites or funnels, you can click the plus sign. Now you can see the funnels. And if I wanted to add one of these pages from inside this funnel without adding the entire funnel, now I have the option of selecting individual pages. Again, you didn't have this option when you first created the site, but once the site's created, then you have the option to select individual pages from these templates. So I could just select this if I like this countdown timer, and I simply go ahead, instead of clicking import full template, I just import the selected pages, and what it'll do, it will add that under the funnels. And in this case, funnels on this site are not linked to the primary navigation like they are on the website. You can see here hidden pages. You can actually take these in and out of the primary navigation, but funnels are hidden pages because really you don't want people looking at your funnel. You want them to actually take the action to move to the next page, either an upsell or a downsell. So what they've done inside of GroovePages and GrooveFunnels is they put funnels sort of as a collection of pages or a directory or a folder with these pages listed. Of course, there's webinars and pop-ups here. That's outside of the scope of this. Typically, what I'm dealing with is website with a primary navigation or a landing page, and majority of the time it's a landing page, in this case a bonus page, and it's right here under website. I just don't have a navigation bar. So to explain that real quick so you can see it in action, that pages, page 1 and this affiliating 100K a year page, if I was to go up to elements and I was to go here and I was to find a navigation bar, I'll scroll down because I don't really know where this is at. Actually, it's right here under navigation bars. If I was to take this and drag this element right here and drop that in, you can see when I drop that in, it created that navigation bar. Of course, that's in the wrong place. So we'll just highlight that and move it up here, and we'll drag this into a spot where I probably need a container, but we can drag it in right here. And you can see that as I move it, it's adding it right there. Now there is an issue, and I brought this up, and this was part of the videos that I was making. In this case, you can see it didn't drag the entire navigation bar. And right now, as of this update, August 14th, 2022, they've made some changes and they are still working out the kinks. I'll just go ahead and say the kinks at this point, because as you saw right there, and in this case, if you wanted to click and say drag this bonus element right here, or this element of bonus text, and I wanted to drop that right there, you can see it's there. Now, of course, the text needs to be edited here because it's a different color, but you can see what it did is it left the container behind. So now you need to get rid of that container. And dragging and dropping that element of text is not really an issue. It should leave that container. But the problem that I have currently is you have to click off of that. So for example, if you click and you're editing this, now if you want to drag it, you can't drag it. So when I made my initial videos, when I initially saw this, because now they don't have the drag handles, I was confused because I was like, I wanted to move this text. You have to click off the text, and then you have to click the text, and then you can move it back. All right. And then of course I can double click that again, and then here I can change the color of the text. Actually, that changed the color of the element. So we'll undo that. Here I'll click on the text. You can see here now I'm editing the text. I'll change it back to white, and you can see the drag and the drop works. Now click on that, and you can also see here when you edit this, this actually has a drag handle where you can drag it around. Now each element used to have a drag handle like this, and they said they're adding it back. Again, this is about the updates, and specifically in the way that I use this. And the way that I use this is I use it to build these bonus pages. Now one of the cool elements that I want to cover as well is on the buttons. Now the button, to edit the buttons, you use this edit button or this little cog wheel. And this is actually on all of the elements. And what you see here is the primary label or the button main label, and then you see number of sublabels. Now if you go ahead and you add a sublabel, we'll go ahead and label this sublabel, and we go ahead and update that. You're going to see as soon as I check this and close it, and they said they're going to fix that too, but you see now here I have a button, and that button has, if I click on this one, that's the main heading, but it's not just a click, it's a double click. Now you can see that this changed to button main label. Now I'm just editing the text there. So if I want to change the size of that, I'm changing the size just of that. I'm not changing the sublabel, and I misspelled label. But you get the idea. If I double click that, now I'm editing that element. Here I can change the color of that element. So we'll go ahead and we'll change it to this yellow. Actually, that probably won't show up very well. So we'll change it to this pink. And you can see it just changed the sublabel inside of that button. Again, if I double click that secondary or sublabel, you can see here I can change the text size, and it's going to change the text size of that label. Of course, if I click that, now I can't actually edit the text, but what I can do is I can click off again, and then I can click it, and then I should be able to edit that button. But the idea here is you have to click in places. You have to click in certain places. You have to double click in certain places. You have to click and hold and wait and be patient, because currently there's no drag handle to move these elements around. So back inside of here, again, these are the pages. If you want to edit the settings for this, for example, if I want to change this to demo site, that didn't close, but if you click here, I could change this to demo site, and then I can click off or hit enter. Now this has been renamed demo site. Click this little cog wheel. Here you can see this is the page setting. So this is for the page that I'm on. You can see here I'm on the affiliating 100K a year made simple page. If I was to go back and select the page 1 or the index and then highlight that page and then get off of here, you can see now I'm on page 1. If I click that cog wheel, this is the page information or the page settings for page 1. But if I want to update the entire site settings, I go ahead and I click here, and this is for the entire site. So if you look here, I can change this, and I can make this demo and test site 2022, and then I simply go ahead and save that. You can see that the site name up here changed. Exit off of that, and now that is my site name. Here, publish. They've added the ability now to manage your domains by clicking here versus having to go up here and manage your domains under your profile. Under publish, you have access to manage your domains. You click that. You can either use a Groove subdomain, or you can use a custom domain and manage all your domains right here inside of the settings. Then when you hit cancel, you go back. Here you have hosting options. What this is Groove subdomains or your own custom domains. And of course, if you have domains connected, you can connect those there. And then you can go back to GroovePages subdomain, and then you can add a folder. In this case, I would call this demo and test site, or whatever I'm going to call it. Then I would publish that website, or I would go to that website, or I would copy the link of that website to the clipboard, and then I can use that in my email promotions or over on my YouTube channel. So we'll go ahead and we will go back to the dashboard, because at this point, the concept here is I've created that demo site, and then here, if I want to manage or edit that site, eventually they also said they're going to add the ability to get the link here and to also manage a few other aspects of the site itself from this window right here from inside of search sites, and make this more like if you've looked at other aspects like Groove Member, they have the ability to go ahead and grab the link right from here and publish that page, go ahead and copy and clone certain pages and get information about that site. But the idea and the point here was to walk you through the basic idea of the new editor inside of GroovePages 2.0. And the simple fact of the matter is, when you're using tools as an affiliate marketer to build a profitable online business, it's not the tool, and tools do change. They update the interfaces. Just about every tool that I use has gone through an upgrade, like what you see here. Menus change, they update it. I'm sure you know this from using Windows or a Mac. When you update to the latest operating system, or you update to the latest version of Chrome, they move things around, and Groove does the exact same thing. Groove is doing this, trying to get better, working to move forward to make a better product for you and for me, or for me and for you, so we can use this tool just like I do. And that's what I'm showing you here on the channel when I show you how I use this tool in my business to build a profitable online business. And if you'd like to see more of this in a whole lot more detail, you can go ahead and you can join my course called Affiliating. There's a link in the description where I walk you through using this tool, other tools, and more specifically and to the point, the strategy of how I build an online profitable business. If this video was helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions in the comments, ask them. I will answer all your questions right there. Go ahead, check out Affiliating. It's free currently. Link in the description. Pick that up. I look forward to seeing you over in the Affiliating course, and I'll talk to you later.